Hello and welcome to the Lake District Yogi, and welcome to this really short wind down yoga class. If you haven't joined me before, my name's Kat. You are very, very welcome. So this class is perfect for doing right before you go to bed, or when you come in from work at the end of a really long day. We're going to be lying down for the entire practice. This is going to be so soothing and nourishing, really calming for you. So these are the things that I have brought with me to my mat. Obviously they are not essential, but as you know, if you've visited me before, I do like to enhance my practice where possible. So I've got a cup of hot tea. I'm never very far from a cup of tea. I've also got a really nice soft blanket, and I've got some very soothing, calming essential oils. So by all means, pause the video if you wish to also gather some things. Oh, I cannot recommend a soothing essential oil enough. This one is a lavender. I've got it in a bottle and a roller. It's absolutely brilliant for a bit of this, and it just really helps bring everything down. I really like layering these kind of practices. So the yoga, the rest, the breathing, the essential oils, the drinks, it's all part of this beautiful experience that you can create for yourself. Okay, so when you're ready, we're going to start lying down on our backs. Just have a sip of tea. And make this nice and slow. You know, really ease yourself down. Feel everything as you start to move down to the ground. You can keep the soles of the feet flat, or you can let the legs go long. The slight disadvantage, I always think, to letting the legs go long is that our bodies can think, oh, sleep, and we immediately start to drift off. Whereas keeping the soles of the feet flat like this allows that feeling of letting go and rest, but without our brains thinking that we have gone straight into Shavasana or that we are actually about to go to bed. And just take a moment to have some really deep intentional breaths. And by that I simply mean let your awareness move to your breathing. Breathing in through the nose. Nice and slow, looking for as much space within as you can. And then letting that breath out, maybe out of the mouth, making it a little sigh. And seeing what you can let go of with each exhale. So you might not be able to let go of circumstances and the way your day has been or things you've got on your mind completely. But maybe we can let go of little pockets of tension that we may be holding in our bodies. Maybe we can let go of our critical inner voice, even if it's just for the time that we are here on our mats. Maybe we can let go of a feeling of things should be a certain way. If they are not, we can find ourselves in conflict with that. We're fighting against the tide, wishing things were different. So just see what comes up for you, and as you settle in with these first few breaths, just see what you can let go of. And then gently, one after the other, bring the knees into the chest. You can place a hand on each knee. Tuck the chin a little so the spine is nice and long and the neck is nice and long against the mat. And then when you're ready, keeping the legs glued together, press the knees away until the arms are straight. And then open the knees out to the side and circle them back to your chest. And then keep moving like this. So as you get a nice slow rhythm going, you can attach a breath pattern to this. Finding an equal inhale and exhale as you move slowly through these circles. If you've been sitting all day and your hips are particularly tight, You might want to pause with the knees at their widest part and take a couple of breaths there and just allow the hips to open a little. But you don't have to do that. You can close the eyes and go within and feel everything. So this is slow motion yoga. We're not trying to build any heat. We're not trying to energize ourselves. We're trying to create the conditions for our bodies and our minds to soften and settle. Okay, next time you get your knees to your chest, pause here. And then open the knees right away and then push them away until your arms are straight. So basically circling in the other way, keeping the movement small. If your mind is wandering, you're losing focus, place your mind on a different part of your body. So maybe feeling at the small of your back, how that pressure against the floor changes as you move. Maybe it's a sensation of your hands against your knees, feeling there. Keeping that breath nice and smooth. Okay, last one. So make this one count, feel everything. Let the knees come back to the chest. Place the left foot down. And then really make a nice connection with that left foot. Create enough pressure that you feel really stable. You know, if it's no pressure, everything's a bit wobbly, the leg starts to move out. We're not creating anything rigid. We're finding the optimum pressure to create stability. Tuck the chin again, just to check the spine's nice and long. And then slowly, as if you're moving through treacle, begin to extend the right leg to the ceiling. It does not have to go straight. And then you can hold the back of the thigh, you can clasp your hands there. You don't have to, you can let the hands rest on the ground, palms up, and just let the leg do its own thing. You can flex the foot and gently ease the sole of the foot towards the ceiling. You can sway a little from side to side with that right leg. If you are doing that, then it's even more important to keep that connection through the left foot. Otherwise, you'll just start to wobble and roll over and lose balance. So support yourself with your own body to facilitate whatever movement you need. Maybe it's little circles. Maybe it's a slight bend in the knee as you breathe out and a slight extension as you breathe in. These are just options and tips. This is just a place for you to explore. And then bend that right leg, place the ankle on the left knee or just slide it down. So it's on the left leg. And then you can stay here, just easing out with that right knee, or you can engage the core very, very lightly. Lift the left foot off the floor and take the hands behind the left thigh. And again here, any amount of movement. Sometimes a little bit of rocking can be so soothing. If you think about how we soothe a baby, it's instinctive to stand and sway and rock. And then we stop doing it for ourselves. So another addition here is that you could straighten the left leg if you wish, but this is just an option. Make sure that right foot's fully flexed the entire time. And then just keep drawing everything in towards your chest. And gently find stillness. Lower the left foot and then the right foot. Bring the left knee into the chest. Squeeze it in. Keep some pressure now through the right foot. And when you're ready, begin to extend the left foot towards the ceiling, keep it flexed. And begin your gentle exploration on this side. So closing your eyes and letting your mind become still and connected will help you feel what you need. Your body will talk to you, but it might not necessarily be an internal dialogue. But your body is always giving you feedback and signals. And unless we are quiet and attuned, we just miss it. We are not taught to listen to ourselves, to listen to our inner wisdom, our intuition. We know, our bodies know what they need. We just need to listen. Okay, if you're moving, find stillness, bend the leg, let the ankle come to the right knee, and then choose how you want to embrace this shape and accept this invitation for exploration. Maybe you engage that core lightly and begin to draw everything in. Maybe you seek that soothing sway. And again, if your mind wanders, just select somewhere for it to land. Some new or different part of your body, maybe somewhere less obvious, and see what you encounter there. Again, if you'd like to straighten through the right leg, just as a little variation, then do so. And then gently find stillness. Bring the right foot down and then the left foot. Recenter yourself, maybe lift and lower the hips. Let's take the time to create this nourishing practice. Tuck the chin, and then again, one after the other, bring the knees into the chest. You can wrap the arms around them this time. Give yourself a huge hug. And then release the arms and extend both legs to the ceiling. Again, do not have to be straight. Flex the feet. Imagine you're trying to hold up the ceiling. So think about where you want to have your arms. They could lie on the mat, palms up, or palms down if you want to create greater connection between you and the ground. Or you can place them on your belly or your heart, or you can hold the backs of your legs, maybe do a nice firm rub all the way down the backs of the legs. If you have the space in your home and you are able to, lying against a wall with your legs like this is incredibly soothing. Very restful after a long day. Okay, we're going to move into happy baby. So start to bend the knees down towards the chest, and then reach up and take the outside of your feet, and then open the feet wider than hip width. So our feet are flexed, again holding up the ceiling. The shin bones are completely vertical, ankles directly over the knees. And again, there's options to explore here. It could be enough just to stay here, keeping that chin tucked. I like to exert a little bit of pressure on the soles of the feet as if I'm trying to draw the knees towards the earth. I find that gives me a really delicious sensation very deep within the hip socket. And then the sway. They don't call it happy baby for no reason. You only need to watch a baby exploring its own body, a sense of playfulness and movement. Babies are just perfect at knowing what they need. So again, these are just options, things for you to explore. The sense of movement can be incredibly soothing. And if that's what you need after a long day, then by all means, find that slow rocking sensation. Let your breath lead. So I just spontaneously did a really long sigh. My body is becoming incredibly slow and rested, and the breath will reflect that. Okay, slowly moving into stillness. Release the hands from the feet. Slowly, with control, bring the feet to the ground. Recenter, lift and lower the hips, whatever you need to do to find that centered, balanced state again. And then open the arms wide like a T, palms up. Cross your left leg over your right leg. Take a deep breath in. Let this be the fullest breath you've taken all day. And that doesn't mean filling to the point of discomfort or panic. It means allowing a sense of spaciousness as the breath comes in. And as you exhale, let the knees roll to the right. Okay, focus on the left shoulder. Try to keep the left shoulder grounded where possible. And then again, do any adjustments that you need in order to fully let go around the hips and pelvis. It may be that you need to kind of pick up the hips and shift them a little to the left. Just a fraction can make this feel much more comfortable and accessible. You can take your right hand to your knee and gently ease things round a bit more. You can keep the head with the gaze facing upwards, even if the eyes are closed, or turn the head towards the left hand. And slowly undo this in reverse. Turn the head back to center if you'd moved it. Lightly engage the core in order to lift the knees, uncross the legs. Recenter, lift and lower the hips, resettle the shoulders. Connect through the soles of the feet. And then once again, take that full breath in. Slowly, slowly. Cross the right leg over the left. And as you exhale, start to move the knees towards the left, shifting the hips a fraction to the right if that helps. And once you are there, try to settle in. I think there's a tendency to kind of hold back here. See if you can take your awareness to that outer hip. See where you can let go. Think about where you would like your head to be. Try to keep that right shoulder grounded on the floor. And then gently move the head back to center. Engage the core very lightly in order to lift the knees, uncross them. Recenter. Bring the arms back. You can place the hands on the belly, or maybe one on your belly, one on your heart. And then bring the soles of the feet together. Let the knees open out. And just allow yourself to be aware of all the points of contact with the ground beneath you, from the back of the head, down through the shoulders, the lower spine, the pelvis, the sides of the feet. Maybe visualizing the edges of your body, the edges of the container within which all the miraculous, wonderful stuff lives. Think about that connection between the edge of your body and the space around you. Feeling for the soft movement of breath and of life moving through you. And I'm going to invite you to stay lying here for as long as you can. If at any point you need to close the knees gently and let the legs go long, by all means do that. I'm going to gently creep away and leave you in that beautiful restful shape for as long as you can. And hopefully you will sleep like a baby tonight. I'm not going to say too much more. I'm going to leave you to rest. Thank you so much for joining me. I'll see you again soon. Bye.